Top news headlines. Governor La Ganesan visits Kangpokpi district, meets with officials, CSOs to discuss development projects. Union Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Kishan Rao Karat says 30 new bank branches opens, 40 ATM booths will be opened in Manipur soon. Khemcha Shamjai takes charge as new president of Amju, office bearers to be elected tomorrow. A very good evening and welcome to Mami TV Primetime English News. This is MASACO NINGTHOUJAM giving you the latest news updates. Governor of Manipur La Ganesan has met with district-level officers, DLO and leaders of CSOs of Kangpokpi district to discuss developmental works in the district at the district headquarters. Deputy Commissioner Kangpokpi, Salam Somochit and other top-ranking officials accorded him a warm welcome. A PowerPoint presentation on the development projects being taken up in the district was shown to the governor. Later, the governor extended his appreciation to the DC and the DLOs for their contribution. Governor La Ganesan expressed his desire to intensify COVID vaccination in the district. He instructed the DLOs and other departments concerned to keep the district more clean. A 91-year-old war veteran, Subedar L. Singsit, also attended the meeting. Union Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Kishan Rao Karat, announced setting up of 30 new bank branches and 40 ATM booths in the state ahead of the general election 2022. He made the announcement during a reception program held for him at the Thambal Shanglen at Nityaipak Chithek last evening. The program was organized by BJP Manipur Pradesh, stating that Prime Minister Narendra Modi gives special attention to the northeastern region. The Union Minister said Manipur is gradually heading towards development. Expressing concern over lack of banking facilities in the state, he said there must be 18 banks for the population of 1 lakh. As there are currently only 12 banks in the state, he announced setting up of 30 new bank branches and 40 ATM booths in the state. There will be a month-long drive for opening bank accounts from November 10th to December 10th. In addition, the department is trying to set up bank branches for every 4 villages in the state. To minimize the financial literacy and increase the availability of Kisan Credit Card among the farmers of Manipur, the government will collaborate with National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD. Dr. Bhagwat K. Karat also informed about organizing awareness program using NABARD and in 16 districts of the state.
Manipur में 30 bank 30 banks will be started within this few months. 23 banks will be started by the national banks. State Bank of India, Bank of India, Union Bank, Bank of Maharashtra, Bank of Baroda, ये बैंक चलेंगे. और बचे हुए बैंक है वो प्राइवेट बैंक हो जाएंगे. ये मैं आदेशित किया हूँ और इस टाइम इतना ही बताया उनको कि ये बैंक जो है कोई हालत में फाइनेंशियल ईयर खत्म होने के पहले, इसका मतलब 31 मार्च के पहले चलेगा. ATM facilities is also less. ATM facilities कम है, तो ATM खोलने का ये 30 बैंक के साथ बैंक तो खोलने ATM खोलेगा और ज्यादा. ATM कैसा खोले? तो स्पॉन्टेनियस ऐसी मीटिंग चल रही थी, मैं पूछा भाई स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया कितना ATM खोलेंगे, पंजाब नेशनल बैंक कितना खोलेंगे, ऐसा मैं पूछा तो वो 40 तक, around 40 ATMs will be started before 30%.
Replying to media's queries on fuel rate hikes, Karad said 60% of fuel price are taxes charged by the central and state governments. The fuel prices can be dropped 20 to 30 rupees if the tax comes under GST. However, it is not possible since some states are against inclusion of fuel prices under GST during the meeting of GST Council. He assured that the government is monitoring the situation.
अगर पेट्रोल और डीजल की कीमत 100 रुपए है पर लीटर है तो उसी में बेसिक प्राइस जो है 40 रुपए समझो पकड़ो, तो 60 रुपए गवर्नमेंट का और स्टेट का टैक्स और उनको नेट आमदनी होती है पैसा। लेकिन अभी ये जीएसटी में लाना, अगर जीएसटी में लाना तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कम कर सकती थी, लेकिन कुछ राज्य, यहाँ तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी स्टेट में भी है और सेंटर में भी, लेकिन कुछ राज्य जहां भाजपा की सरकार नहीं है उन लोगों ने विरोध किया और जीएसटी काउंसिल की मीटिंग 17 सितंबर में लखनऊ में हुई थी। हमारे फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर मैडम भी गए थे, तो उन लोगों ने विरोध करने की वजह से वो कुछ नहीं हो सका। अगर वो जीएसटी में लाते थे तो 20-30 रुपये से कम होते थे। अभी उसी के लिए सरकार, केंद्र सरकार विचार कर रही है, लेकिन ये जो कुछ हुआ है, हर दिन जो रेट बढ़ रहे कम हो रहे, इसके ऊपर क्रूड ऑयल के ऊपर रहता है।
The newly elected president of All Manipur Working Journalists Union, AMJU, Wangkhemcha Shamjai, took over the charge as the union's president. Former president of AMJU, S. Bokuljauba Mete, handed over the charge of office to Shamjai today at an event held at Manipur Press Club at Major Khol. He had won the presidential election for the union held at Manipur Press Club on October 23rd. Along with him, A. Jitin of Sangai Express, L. Arizona of the People's Chronicles, A. Binod from Impact TV, L. Sanjit Kumar of Akoigi Pantung, L. C. Pritham of Liklam, K. H. Nauba of ISTV, A. Priyo of Morning Bell, and A. Birjit of Kangla Pao were also elected as the new members of the standing committee. Directorate of Small Savings, Finance Department, District Administration Bishnupur and Zilla Parishad Bishnupur jointly organized World Thrift Day today at Panchayat Resource Center at Bishnupur Mini Secretariat. Speaking on the occasion, DC of Bishnupur District, Ranjan Yumnam said, "People of the state lack the habit of saving. Personal savings means the assets we save without letting anyone aware about it. To build a habit of saving, one must spend less and start saving what can be used during emergencies," he said. "One must refrain from spending money on useless items and start saving according to our income." He asserted to start saving at government-recognized banks.
Real wealthy we bemize kana oige haibada uthokdana leiba paisa duni uthokdana leiba asset manungda mayamna di udaba maduni akoina savings haibasi maduni real wealth haibasi aduna sigi koige savings culture ma promote to haibadi ngasai mindset si psychology of money, how to use it, adudagi matam sana matam sang patience leiraga akoina savings tawraga madudagi returns yam modest oiba lakpasina onadi matam gi matungina yamna chauna akoigida kanaba emergency, any emergency meet tawba.
As part of the program, an interaction program for the Pradhans of Zilla Parishad and officials of Indian Postal Payment Bank was held. Manager of Lead Bank Bishnupur, Y. Ibocho, Postmaster of Post Office Bishnupur, Muhammad Khairuddin, were the resource persons of the program. Condemning the construction by the Planning and Development Authority (PDA) Government of Manipur on the playground of Langol Game Village Zone 3, United Committee Manipur UCM Langol Unit, Langol Game Village Zone 1, 2 and 3 and Apunba Merapaibi of Punsi Lekai have called for a total shutdown for Langol area from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. of November 2nd. Addressing a press meet held at Punsi Kul, Langol, President of UCM Langol Unit, Haubijam Shamu said, They had approached the department concerned on October 8th to stop the construction. On October 19th, they also appealed to the PDA to talk with the authority within 10 days. However, there has been no response from the authority. Condemning the construction at the playground, he said it is not a good step to waste the ground for some handful of people. He questioned about the importance of the people. He sought the support of the people in their efforts to save the ground by UCM Langol Unit and Apunba Mera Paibe. He warned to launch agitations if the construction is not stopped by November 8th, adding that the government must bear the consequences.
Miyoi khujok khara pusilaga mafam masida playground ama manghanba asi masi tangaibak phadana togdaba yadaba ni haidana khanna tobirei si lakadoriba pusilakadoriba mi singdu kaya yamna value leibano madu pusilaktragadi sarkar si kaidoribra state si kaidoribra madu miyamna khangningi aduna ekhoi tungda haurakadauba angang singi sanabung si hojik mafam sida laisilaktre masi natana atei sanabung ekhoi gi jaga sida leitre masi kanmasida ekhoina miyamda anna Haijari Masi, Haibai Kui Tang Anigi, shutdown si Miamna Mapung Fana, Sojok Pibirakani, Tengwang Birakani, Habasi, Ekui UCM unit, Langon, Amadi Lariba, Mianga, Ekui Puna, Kandra Matunda, Haibai Step Silogera, Miam Mating Pang, Haibasini.
For the maintenance of law and order in the context of the ensuing State Legislative Assembly General Elections 2022, the District Magistrate of Imphal East District has issued an order to deposit all licensed guns to the police stations concerned at the earliest. In an order issued by the District Magistrate of Imphal East, Komanthem Dina, dated October 28th, any individual who desires to appeal against the order may submit his or her written justification for retaining his or her licensed arms to the office of Imphal East DC office hours on or before 3 p.m. of November 10th. Action will be initiated against the defaulters, including cancellation of arms license under relevant provision of Arms Act 1959 and Rules 2016. A free health camp for Ayush under the National Ayush Mission was held today at Champanagar Community Hall of Siripam District. The health camp was jointly organized by State Ayush Society, Manipur, Directorate of Ayush, Lamphilpat, Committee on COVID-19, Ziri Development Organization, JDO, Ziri Ima Mera Paibi Apunba Lup, Jimpal, Lamtai Kono Youth Sporting Club and Yaul Club, Champanagar, Siribam. Around 250 people took part in the camp. Speaking on the occasion, member of Committee on COVID-19, N. Rupa Chandra said, the health camp was organized to promote good health. Free medicines were distributed to the people who came for treatment. Rupa Chandra informed that the camp will also be held at Lamtai Kuno of the district.
National Ayush Mission Gimakada, State Ayush Society, Manipur Lamphilpat, Committee on COVID-19, Jimpal, JDO, Lamtai Kuno Youth Sporting Club, Yaul Club, Champanagar Punjan Jaraga, Asungulava Ayush Department gi free medical camp asi pangthok sabani hai ribagi pandam ase akoi masamu phaba Manipur nation ama oinaba pandam da hai riba free medical camp asi pangthok sabani marmaduna ngasi yengbiriba layemba lapiriba ichel sing ichilina kwai khudimak yengbiriba khudimak free da akoina chanaba taksing asu akoi maikei de pijabani.
It's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam Masida, mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on to the national news, India reported 14,313 new COVID cases with 549 deaths in the last 24 hours, a decline of 0.2% from yesterday. India's total tally of active cases reached 3.42 crore and the total death count reported to 4.57 lakh. India's recovery rate now stood at 98.19%. A total of 13,543 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, which brought the total recoveries to 3.36 crore across the country. India's active caseload, however, stands at 1.61 lakh. So far, India has administered a total of 56.91 lakh vaccine doses in the last 24 hours, which brings the total tally of doses administered to 105.43 crore. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has left Vatican City after meeting Pope Francis. He was accompanied by National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. The Indian Prime Minister held a one-on-one meeting with the Pope today and also invited him to India. The meeting was scheduled only for 20 minutes but went on for an hour. Prime Minister Modi and the Pope discussed a wide range of issues aimed at making our planet better, such as fighting climate change and removing poverty, sources said. The meeting took place ahead of the delegation-level talks, during which they are expected to discuss a range of issues such as COVID-19. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee today slammed the Congress for making Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP more powerful by acting as the party's publicist and appeared to rule out any possibility of an alliance with the GOP ahead of elections in Goa next year. She accused the Congress of failing to recognize the need for the opposition to unite and underline the importance of regional parties to counter the BJP and strengthen India's federal structure. In Goa, to campaign for the Trinamool, which has tied up with Vijay Sardesai's Goa Forward Party, former allies with the ruling BJP, she pointed to the April-May election in Bengal. The Congress has now also turned down an offer to ally with the Goa Forward Party, and that prompted party chief Mr. Sardesai to approach Trinamool. The Congress demanded that Prime Minister Narendra Modi should apologize to the country and the Supreme Court for blocking Delhi's borders and causing inconvenience to people, and asked till when will he keep blaming the farmers. Congress chief spokesperson Randeep Surjewala said it is now clear that it was not the farmers but the police that had blocked Delhi's borders. He also targeted Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar while citing a media report that said there is talk of opening the Tikri border after 11 months as the Delhi police has removed the barricades it had put up there. Moving on to the international news, the Committee to Protect Journalists, CPJ, has ranked Pakistan at the 9th spot this year on its annual Global Impunity Index, which spotlights countries where members of the press are singled out for murder and the perpetrators go free. Pakistan has been a mainstay on the index since its inception in 2008, GeoNews reported. Somalia remains the world's worst country for unsolved killings of journalists, according to CPJ's annual Global Impunity Index. The index showed little change from a year earlier, with Syria, Iraq, and South Sudan in that order, again coming in behind Somalia to occupy the worst 4 spots on the list as conflict, political instability, and weak judicial mechanisms perpetuate a cycle of violence against journalists. And now, before we wrap up, the top news headlines once again. Governor La Ganesan visits Kangpokpi district, meets with officials, CSOs to discuss development projects. Union Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Kishan Rao Karat says 30 new bank branches, 40 ATM booths will be opened in Manipur soon. And Wangkhemcha Shamjai takes charge as new president of Amju, office bearers to be elected tomorrow. And that's all for the Primetime English News. Thank you for watching.